Hello, how are we? This is me popping in to actually tell you what this video is about since I never did a proper introduction. This is me. I have wrapped up the video. I've just finished, so you'll see me looking like this at the end too. This is a new video series that I wanted to start doing because I have a lot of books on my TBR that are from a single author, and I either have all their books, a lot of their books, a few of their books, and I've either never read any of them or I've read one and really enjoyed it. And so it's kind of like a taste test, if you want to say. There's some taste test videos of reading other booktubers favorite videos and stuff, but this to me I guess is a taste test of authors. I just thought it'd be a fun idea to try and get some of these off my shelf. And for this very first video is an author duo's entire collection. They have a book coming out next year, so I don't obviously have that one. And that is for Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen, however you say it, however it's supposed to be said. So we have their very first book, which is The Wife Between Us, which I just realized. The spine, the text is like raised. And then we have An Anonymous Girl and You Are Not Alone, which is their latest. Let me quickly just go over what each of these is about, and then we can get into the reading vlog. So their very first book, their debut together, they have written things separately, is The Wife Between Us. I really like their synopsis. I don't think it gives anything away, and so I'm going to read each of them. And it says, when you read this book, you will make many assumptions. You will assume you are reading about a jealous ex-wife. You will assume she is obsessed with her replacement, a beautiful young woman who is about to marry the man they both love. You will assume you know the anatomy of this tangled love triangle. Assume nothing. Twisted and deliciously chilling, The Wife Between Us deftly explores the hidden complexities of marriage and the dangerous truths we ignore in the name of love. Read between the lines. I actually have never read that. That's really fun. It really doesn't give anything about the book. Essentially, it is two women, and just like it said, there's like the first wife who is married to this very rich, wealthy man, and just kind of her experience of being married. Then, right in the beginning that they are divorced, and he is going to be marrying this much younger, woman, and just how everything intertwines and nothing is as you think it is. And there's just a lot of interesting turns in this book. Did that help? Who knows? If you're new here, hi, I'm a book reviewer who is horrible at describing books and reviewing them. Next, they did An Anonymous Girl, and history has shown, for everyone who has read these two books, you love one and hate the other one, and it's not consistent which is which. So this one says, when Jessica Fair signs up for a psychological study conducted by the mysterious Dr. Shields, she thinks all she'll have to do is answer a few questions, collect her money, and leave. Question number 1, could you tell a lie without feeling guilt? But as the questions grow more and more intense and invasive, and the sessions become outings where Jess is told what to wear, how to act, she begins to feel as though Dr. Shields may know what she's thinking and what she's hiding. Question number 2, have you ever deeply hurt someone you care about? As Jess' paranoia grows, it becomes clear that she can no longer trust what is her real life and what is one of Dr. Shields' manipulative experiments. Caught in a web of deceit and jealousy, Jess quickly learns that some obsessions can be deadly. Question number 3, should a punishment always fit the crime? So there is this woman who is kind of low on money, down on her luck, and finds out about this professor who is conducting kind of a psychological, not experiment, test. It's like she's told she needs to go into this room, answer a bunch of questions, and that is all. And she gets paid quite a bit of money to do so. But like it says, it kind of starts turning into more than that. For whatever reason, the study really narrows in onto her as kind of the sole study. And again, lots of turns, lots of all of these books are made to make you question yourself and what you think, and they're all very psychological. Lastly, we have You Are Not Alone, which some say this synopsis is horrible. I love this synopsis. Says you probably know someone like Shay Miller. She wants to find love, but it eludes her. She wants to be fulfilled, but her job is a dead end. She wants to belong, but her life is becoming increasingly isolated. You probably don't know anyone like the Moore sisters. They have an unbreakable circle of friends. They live a life of glamour and perfection. They always get what they desire. Shay thinks she wants their life. What they really want is hers. So this is about a woman who, in the very beginning, she witnesses another woman jump in front of a train. And then she kind of becomes really obsessed with her and who she was. And she gets involved into people who know her, and it's kind of like she gets herself into these lies. She is a data analyst, that's the word. And she is like really obsessed with stats and things like that. She keeps a book with all these random statistics and stuff, but it's basically she meets some new friends and things just are strange. Who are these women? Why are they all of a sudden obsessed with her? How's everything connected? It's very good. Spoiler, I didn't hate any of these. But which ones did I like the most? Keep watching and you will find out. Alright. Here we are. I woke up today having the most energy I've had in weeks. I have been like getting better, feeling slowly a little bit better every time. It's like I've never filmed a video before. I have the most energy. I'm feeling it dwindle. I am going to, it's 11:20. My child is getting off of the bus early today. I'm not sure why. It is 11:30. She gets off the bus at 3:30 today, and then she's on fall break. It's Wednesday, so she has Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all off, which is fine. It's okay. Basically what I'm saying is I'm going to try to use this time, my last time of this week, to try to get my life more back together. I'm feeling, I've just been like bare minimum, have like 1 to 2 goals a day to get done. But today I'm feeling like I can tackle a lot. So I've already kind of picked up down in the kitchen and whatever, but like just this, can you see this? This was my life. There's just so much sick stuff everywhere, like still next to my bed and just all kinds of stuff. My bathroom and everything. I need to do lots of laundry. Just get my life back to not being sick anymore. You know what I mean? So like that's what you're gonna see this week along with reading. Because we're already on Wednesday and I'm still in the first book. I need to listen to my book, even though I really just want to turn on some booktube and clean to that in here. We're gonna listen to the book, okay? Okay. Oh my gosh. I am subscribed on YouTube to Netflix. They have a YouTube channel where they post like all of the trailers for things that are upcoming, and there's just a bunch of stuff on there. Have you guys seen or heard about Netflix? It's called Netflix Book Club. I'm gonna say her name wrong. It's Izo Aduba. She's from Orange is the New Black. I'm not gonna be able to remember her name. Yes, I am. Hold on. And oh my gosh, like this is literally, I've had like an idea like this to do as part of the channel. It's gonna be so good. Oh my gosh. So excited. I'll leave the link down to the trailer, whatever, for it. But essentially, it is just because Netflix, we all know, does like a lot of book adaptations, and so it starts out talking about how, you know, like you have these favorite shows that everyone's obsessed with, but did you know that they originally were books? And so I don't know, they didn't say how, like, when this is going to start or how exactly it's going to be formatted, but they said once a month they're going to pick a book that Netflix is adapting into a movie or TV show, and they're going to read the book, watch the movie, and then talk about it with like the cast and stuff, and somehow we can be involved. I'm so excited. This is like BookTube's wet dream. I'm so just excited. I can't even help myself. I need to figure out when this is going to start. I think this is an amazing idea. Amazing. I'm just here making dinner, and I have been listening to, I can't see that, an anonymous girl. I just finished. So let's talk about it. I can't remember the order that they published. I can't remember if this one was first or The Wife Between Us, 2019. Okay, so this was the second one that they have done. It was fine. So this book is the one about a girl who enters a study with this psychiatrist type thing. How it happens is she overhears some people talking about it at her job. She's like a makeup artist. She goes to people's houses and does their makeup for different things. And she like finds out where this is gonna be at because she hears it's gonna pay like quite a bit of money and she needs money, and she's like, I'm just gonna go. The main character, Jessica, is very, she could be interchangeable to pretty much any standard mystery thriller college age girl that's in any mediocre books to me. You know what I mean? Like, it just, nothing. She was like stereotypical, has secrets, down on her luck, needs money, does some shady things, family issues, has a hard time with friends, and like her dating life is, you know what I mean? They're all kind of just the same. So pretty boring. The plot, intriguing, but written pretty blandly as well. There was no shock and wow, which I love to have. You know, everybody, that's what they want, is to be surprised. That's what gets a 5-star rating on a mystery, thriller, whatever, you know. That's why a lot of books get 3s from me, because it's just like, it was fine. It wasn't bad, but there was nothing that like I was like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to talk about this with somebody. You know what I mean? Kayla just did a video, her last video she just put up. It's called like Getting My Thriller Shit Together or something like that. And she discussed the topic of thrillers and things like that when people and reviewers say, I seen it coming. Like, it got a low rating because I seen it coming. And she was like, I am guilty of saying that as well. But what we need to look at, honestly, is more so, sure, maybe there was nothing shocking about it, but you did not see it coming. You didn't, you know, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to guess every detail and know how the characters were going to react to said situations happening and whatever. So yes, there were things that like I didn't know how it was going to end, but I kind of, you know, I had the gist of it. There was nothing surprising when the ending came. It was pretty lackluster, pretty boring. So I don't even know if I said, but I'm gonna give it like a 3.5. Give it a little bit more than a 3 because it was good. Like, if this was your first ever thriller book, I'm sure you would really, really, really like it. I keep saying thriller. It was not a thriller. It was a mystery. I think what I have on hold next, I did a boo-boo and forgot to put on hold You Are Not Alone. Or no, that's the one I have right now. So I'm going to have to read You Are Not Alone. I was planning to read that one last because it is their newest one. But I forgot to put The Other Wife. Is that what it's called? The Other Woman? The Wife Between Us. I think I just thought that it was like available. Maybe it was, but now it has a 2-week hold that I just put on today. So that's not good. But so I am now going to begin. What did I just say it was called? You Are Not Alone. I have started this one before. I love that blue color and like with the lime green. I love it. I have started this one before, like I was physically reading it, but I don't remember anything about it. I don't know what it's about. We're just gonna go in blind and see what we can do. So here we go. You're getting this pre-shower shot of me because I need to talk about my thoughts before I continue on reading, because as you've probably noticed, I'm really bad at updating. So I'm like, okay, there's something I need to talk about. Cute. I want to talk about this book before I find out this part. So I am 14%, about an hour and a half into the audiobook, chapter 11, and I don't know how I feel. There's some intrigueness here. Is that a word? I don't know. But it's also just like, I don't know how to explain how I'm feeling. We're just gonna talk about it. So like I said, I didn't know anything going into this. I remembered as soon as I started it, like I said, that I had started it before, and I'm kind of remembering now that it's about, it starts out where there's this girl waiting to get on a train in, I believe, New York. And she's like, she misses her train, and so she's waiting to get on another one. And so then there's like this guy there and another woman. And again, not spoilers, this happens in the first 5 pages. The woman ends up jumping in front of the train. My battery's gonna die! Okay, so she ends up jumping in front of the train, obviously dies, and it just like really messes up this lady. It's kind of weird. Her name is Shay. Shay. I go by Shay. Okay, anyways, so I've never experienced that in a book before. So her name is Shay, and she's just like really messed up, and so then it's like really traumatizing for her. But then it like, the alternate chapters are between Shay and then 2 people who end up being the woman who jumped in front of the train's 2 sisters. And they're really weird, and I'm really confused. Not meaning they are weird. They meaning those chapters are weird. There's this group of women that they have put together, and they're like feeling really detective-y, but then it's like, what is the purpose of this group? I'm so confused. Are we gonna find out, or is it gonna be like weird like this the entire time, and then at the end we finally figure out what this group is? It's all these women, and they're like, it's weird. I don't know how much to talk about it, but I'm just really confused. I just feel confused overall so far. So I'm gonna get in the shower and listen to some more. I want to do it, like I said, because I have a feeling we might find out like what this group is and the purpose and all of that. So I wanted to talk about it before I found out. So let's get in the shower, shall we? Alright, I'm about to start part 3. This book is so good. I have not been able to put it down today. It's weird. I don't know how to explain it. I keep saying it's so good, but it's like, for some weird reason, I'm wanting to be like, but it's not that good. You know, like, play it off. Maybe it's like this feeling of, I literally don't know if I've heard anybody talk about this book before. Obviously, they talk about Gray Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen. Like, everyone talks about The Wife Between Us and Anonymous Girl. They talk about those 2 all the time. I don't know if I have ever heard anybody review this. I don't want to get on Goodreads yet and see like if anybody's read it, because I don't want, but I am like, where is this? How is this going to end? Like, I don't know if there's going to be like a huge shocking ending, because it's one of those mysteries where it's kind of just playing out as it's going. So there's no big huge surprises. It's just like little by little, like, oh my gosh, that's so clever. That is so clever. This is so good. Like, I'm having a hard time because it is one of the things that I classically struggle with where there are just so many characters and I'm getting kind of confused. I'm going back and I'm only listening on maybe I'm listening on 2 now. I go back and forth between 1.75 and 2 as I'm following along. But I'm still it's going too fast that I'm missing stuff, so I'm having to go back. But there are a couple things that I know I'm confused by because of just who's who and missing several things. But man, is it so good. So like I said, I'm at part 3, 235 pages, and there's still, probably 100 pages left. And I feel like we know everything, so I'm so intrigued. Okay. So very early the next morning, and they woke up early, so I'm in my office reading chapter 56. Let's knock it down a little bit. Just really, I'm trying to do the thing that I've been doing lately with some books when they're like, this is so unrealistic. So that's not the part that's bothering me so much, because it is kind of like, well, geez. But just the way it was written just took a hard left, I feel like, from the rest of the book, where just that one chapter, everything that was being said, I was just like, this sounds real. The way it was written was very, my brain is not working yet, barely awake. So there was 3 women in the chapter, and how every one of them was talking, oh my gosh, no, what? It was very over the top and just annoying. So that's not good. Hopefully they can bring it back around. All right, it's done. I finished it. Very happy with that. I'm gonna give it a 4 stars. It was good. I really liked it. I can't give it a 5. It was not perfect. There were things that were annoying. I've talked about them. But this was a lot of fun. I'm learning more and more that I like unrealistic, fun mystery thriller horror, those genres. People talk about it all the time, how they're like, this is just so unrealistic. Nobody would ever act this way. Well, it's a book. Same thing with movies. Entertainment is not really supposed to be that realistic, right? You're supposed to have fun. This probably would never happen, but I had a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Didn't have the biggest twists I've ever experienced. Again, that's the thing where I can't give it a 5, because I was not but I was kind of at the end. I do feel like it's one of those instances where I feel like the book, everything that was happening was really long, and then it did kind of abruptly end, but I was ready for it to end, because it was the story was dragging a bit. It was so good. So basically, I don't even know. I don't think I can tell you anything other than the synopsis is perfect. That did remind me of one other thing that I was going to talk about that I just did not enjoy. And I talked about it earlier with an anonymous girl. I'm interested now, especially, to read The Wife Between Us, because their main characters, this Shay and then Jessica and an anonymous girl, are the exact same character. In the 2 I've read thus far, don't know how to write anything other than this sad girl who nobody loves her, and she has a hard life and is struggling in money, with money. They always write them in New York, which is fine. I mean, that's fine. But they're always in New York struggling to find employment, and they have hard childhoods and, not connected with their family. It's just literally the same exact girl. And also, so Jessica was the name of the main character in Anonymous Girl, and there's a character in here. It was so funny. It was like a mystery part of it, so I'm not gonna go into too much detail, but they were like, and oh my gosh, her name was, and it like made this dramatic thing. I was like, it's gonna be Jessica. Her name was Jessica. I was like, come on. So it does kind of seem like their range is pretty limited. I'm interested. I don't obviously own their newest book. It's not out yet. Depending on how The Wife Between Us goes, I might have to pick up their new one as well. So, anyways. But as I went to Goodreads to put in my review and stuff, I always like to, see who I am following, who has read it, and their opinions. And it did say that there's only 2 people that I follow and know. Like I said, I haven't heard anybody talk about it, but it like completely escaped my mind, and I forgot. The reason I had started reading this one before was because it was one of Kayla's picks for the Literally Dead book club. So I am now going to watch the live show for that. Alright, I've watched the live show pretty much. I don't want to talk about this book too much more. We've talked probably enough. They had some of the same points I had about like same character as Anonymous Girl and whatever. They brought up some things too. They always like, that's why I like to listen to the live shows when I can, because then it brings up things I didn't think about. Just like convenience. Yes, but again, that kind of goes back to it's not realistic, it's just for fun. So I try not to think too much about it. But anyways, I'm gonna do just a little spoiler thing, I think. I don't know. I'm so bad at determining what is a spoiler and what isn't. This is a spoiler, yeah. So the thing that I think I would have just wanted more of is they crafted this book around this big group of women that were all helping, cover up the murder of the rapist. I can't even think of his name. I wish that just the whole group dynamic, what they wanted it to be, sounded so good, and like the idea of it sounded so fun. But it was like they had this idea of it, but then the group really wasn't that involved in anything. It just came down to the sisters and stuff. I wish it would have been more of like the group doing stuff and whatever. I think that could have been a little bit more interesting. Today is Saturday, so I have today and tomorrow to finish The Wife Between Us. And from what they said in the live show, if you enjoyed this, you will enjoy The Wife Between Us more. And then, before that, it's always been, if you liked The Anonymous Girl, then you hated The Wife Between Us. But if you liked The Wife Between Us, then you didn't like An Anonymous Girl. And I didn't love An Anonymous Girl, as you know. And so I'm hoping I'm really gonna like it. It is the first one that it's their debut. Let's see how it goes. I gotta do a lot of cleaning today, so I'm going to listen to a lot. But yes. I haven't yet got out of my pajamas or anything today. It's now 11 o'clock, but I wanted to get this finished, so let's continue on with our day, shall we? We shall. Spoiler prediction. I don't know if this is right. If you don't want to know some predictions I'm having, I don't know if this is spoiler because I don't know if it's right, but skip if you don't want to hear. I think Maureen, the dude, whatever the husband's name is, his sister Maureen, I think is his actual wife. I'm getting weird vibes. Alrighty. I did not do any updates as I read this one. So, yeah, sorry. But I was just really into it and trying to get it done because this video needs to be edited and uploaded today. I needed to finish reading this today. It is currently 11:30, which is the same time. It's 11:20. I believe that is the exact time I started this in the beginning. Creepy. Anyways, this was very, very good. I told you about what it was in the beginning. I know because I literally just filmed it. I gave you the synopsis and whatever. I'm sorry, but if you want to know more... Okay, let me tell you first what I thought, and then everything's just going to be spoilers for this book. Sorry. I really enjoyed this one a lot. I gave this one 4 stars. So we have a 3-star, a 4-star, and a 4-star. That's pretty good. One thing I did not anticipate, well, kind of anticipate, but didn't think it was going to be too bad, but I kind of got burnt out. Like, I'm done reading Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen. Like, I'm ready to move on to something else because when you read, I don't think this will be the same with all the future videos because authors I have and other ones, they kind of like spread through genres and things like that. But literally this was so similar. Like, I don't think you would notice too much reading them like when they came out or spreading them out, but reading them back to back to back, there is so many similarities in them. Even down to like little things. So a big thing is they're all set in New York. They all follow one woman. Oh, not one, but you know, like the one main woman, and she is the same woman. She is... These two were the most similar. This one veered a little bit off, which was nice, but you know, just this sad woman down on her luck who can't find love and has family issues. I've said this already, but yeah, it's just, it is the same recycled character. Like I said, this one was a little bit different, so that was refreshing, and I really enjoyed this. I can't decide if I like this one or You Are Not Alone better. I gave them both 4 stars. I think this, The Wife Between Us, might be my favorite. I think. And then followed very closely by You Are Not Alone. And then Anonymous Girl was just, yeah, it's fine. Okay, now, if that was all, thank you, goodbye. I love you. I hope you are doing great. If you are staying for the spoilers, let's continue on. So, I gave the spoiler earlier of thinking that the sister, that I now have already forgotten her name, was really like the wife between us, which I feel like is. But she was his sister. She was not his wife, so I was wrong in that sense. But she is the wife between. She will always be that, like, weird relationship that the brother and sister have because their parents died and they had tragic childhoods, and so then they just like love each other on a whole different level, and it's just weird, and she's super protective of him, and yes. So, right but not right? I don't know, whatever you want to say. I really enjoyed this one. I still don't know how I feel about how you get that big twist or whatever, like 150 pages in, or not even, I don't know where it happens, where, you know, in the beginning you think it's the old wife and the new wife, but then you find out it's really just Nellie, Vanessa. It's all the first wife, which when I was reading it, I did think, I was like, this is the same person. I did have that thought come into my head a couple times, And so I called it. So I don't know if it's like, should they not have done it at all? Or should they have kept it at the end? I've never experienced something where they put like a big twist. I don't know how much of a big twist was. At like not even halfway through the book. I just thought that was an odd choice. Not something I've ever seen before. There was nothing extremely shocking to me besides the end, of course, when we find out that Emma is the professor's daughter. Didn't see that coming at all. I have seen some reviews say like that felt really unnecessary. I didn't need that. I thought it was fun. It was something, again, totally didn't see coming. Was the first time I was like, my mouth opened. I was like, oh, okay. Again, a lot of people I've heard complaints about these books that this author duo does is just like a lot of convenience, which they do. They always have to have everything wrapped up really nice and convenient, and sometimes to me it feels a little bit rushed, but I still really enjoyed it. Again, I think I'm just having the mindset of not thriller books, mysteries are not meant to really be that realistic. Or, you know what I mean? Like, they're supposed to be entertaining, they're supposed to be fun, so yeah, of course, this probably would never happen. And things would never happen this way. But let's not think about it like that. Let's just think, I want to have some fun reading some weird, sick shit. Okay? So, that's what I have for you. I had fun this week getting back into reading. I'm really excited for the next reading vlog. It's gonna be something very different. So make sure you check in for that. And I gotta get moving on it. So, yes, I hope that you had a good time. Let me know what you think if you have read all of these books. Which ranking do you have? What is your favorite? And will you continue to read? I will. I know they have another book coming out. I mentioned at the beginning, they have another book coming out at the beginning of 2022, and I don't even know what it's about, but I am intrigued. That will happen at some point in my life. I'm sure not right away. But anyways, I hope that you have a great day wherever you are, and that you are healthy, happy, and loved. And I will see you next time. Bye!